So here's a question for you. Teaching, is it a science? Is it an art? Is it a craft? On Being Teacher, we are going to see that it is all three of them. It's a science in that there's a body of research to support certain pedagogy, certain practices, and we use these to inform our teaching practice at all levels. When you look at research, you want to avoid a single study conclusion. Educational research looks at a broad array. Educational research is different than that found in medical science. It's social research, so you have to interpret it a little bit differently. Human beings are not experiments to be repeated, but you should rarely use one study to determine a philosophy or a practice. We do literature reviews, meaning that we look at multiple sources to get a good perspective. Any research that we find should be to inform our practice, but not prescribe. Always adopt and adapt. Use it to support what you're doing or inform. And the thing about teaching as a science, you are a scientist as a teacher in that you are constantly experimenting. How does this work? How does that work? What could I do differently? You're asking questions. Know that there are no magic bullets in education, no teacher-proof curriculums or uniform approaches. Now, this idea of teacher-proofing the curriculum, defining exactly how you do it to cure all education, that's been tried before. Roger Major was the first one, wanted to scientificize teaching. If teachers would only follow my formula, then students would learn. We'll make a science out of it. Madeline Hunter with the same way, Charlotte Danielson now, and the Teacher Performance Assessment Plan. All hogwash. Keep it basic. Teachers need to be able to plan and utilize their experiences, their talents. There's no research to support any one of these approaches. Charlotte Danielson, she'll say it's research-based. Well, there's research based on the individual components, but no one has compared a Charlotte Danielson model to another model. Look it up. Prove me wrong, but it has not been done. So people say that these are research-based. No, not if you understand educational research, and I do. Teaching is an art. Teachers are human beings, not standardized products. That means you must bring yourself fully into the classroom, find what works best for you, and create. You need to develop not my skills, not my strategies, but your talents, your teaching skills, strategies, and interests. Yes, bring your interests into the classroom, be it a certain subject interest, a pedagogical interest. And with all things, with the stuff that I teach you, always adopt and adapt. You should rarely, hardly ever, take anything exactly and think you can bring it exactly into your classroom. You always have to adopt an idea or a strategy and adapt it to your circumstance, your situation, and your best way of teaching and your students. And the last one, teaching is a craft. A craft is a set of skills mastered through experience. Master teachers continually develop and refine their teaching craft. And again, we do not create finished teaching products in an undergraduate or post-bac teaching program. We create the conditions whereby you can learn to become a teacher. You learn through experience. However, experience is necessary but not sufficient. They have some of these fast-track, learn-on-the-job sorts of things. Well, there's no guarantee that you are going to learn research-based strategies. You tend to learn these fast-track, we'll just give them 200 hours, we'll throw them in the classroom, they'll learn how to teach. Research says that that's not effective. These kind of fast-track teacher education programs, and Teach for America as well, when you compare, when research looks, and Linda Darling-Hammond has done this, comparing Teach for America and other fast-track teacher education programs to those that come from a College of Ed. The College of Ed products, teachers, their students learn more and they are rated higher by their supervisors. So we play Teach for America where we throw a bunch of spaghetti on the wall, hope that some of it sticks. But in the meantime, it takes 2 or 3 years to get these fast track things up to speed, but in the meantime, with this experiment, their students are not learning as much. Do you really want to do that? Do you really want to put unskilled teachers in the classroom? Experience without knowledge. Yes, experience is important, but without knowledge, again, that theoretical background, it becomes folklore and tradition. You do what's always been done because that's what's always been done. The weekly spelling test is an example of this. There's no research to support studying a list of words out of context in any way enables children to use these words in a writing context. That is folklore. I'll end with this. Teachers are the most significant variable in determining the quality of education, not any cockamamie programs or approaches. Therefore, the best use of our education dollars, if we really want to improve education, and I doubt that's the case, I think many legislators outside of education want to destroy public education and promote private education. But if we were really concerned about education, we would be investing money in teacher professional development. How do we expect teachers to perform effectively if they do not have the knowledge and the skills? And again, you do not create a finished teaching product. We cannot create a master teacher in 4 semesters of teacher preparation programs.